Hey there, it's Arson9 and welcome back to the series of Plants vs Zombies. We are continuing the puzzle sections for zombies. The zombies asked me to help them practice invading houses. I told them it's okay as long as no plants for harm, so I put a bunch of cardboard cutouts on your lawn. Have fun. So there are multiple strategies to this, obviously. The easiest one is just go for sunflowers. So there is two you can essentially do right now, which I will do essentially this one. Okay, take 2 bite, the squash will go, do that lane's cleared already. Essentially that's the plan for that. This one needs just the bucket hit and it'll be perfectly fine. This one just uses the cheap zombie, the basic zombie first, then uses the bucket hit. This one uses the basic zombie, and you probably need to use two basic zombies for the top lane. Actually, maybe not. Oh yeah, you do, definitely. You need the cover. Okay, so that'll be that. Bottom needs the football zombie. Yeah, and then that's fine. This is an entire clear for the first section anyways. The endless for this is the one that sucks the most in my opinion. Vase Breaker Endless is pretty straightforward because there is like a predefined strategy. Like just break the backline anyways. That's usually my strategy for it. But for iZombie on the other hand, the strategy is pretty varied in the sense that you can get like a layout. Like I remember this one because it sucks. You can essentially get a layout that is very easy, or a layout that is very difficult, you see. So there's two different layouts you can get. Yeah, diamond, nice. So you can get, you basically, if you leave and rejoin for the, the iZombie, essentially the layout changes enough for it to actually matter. Okay, for this, very straightforward. You do a zombie for this row, then you do a screen door for that one, then for this row and this row you screen door as well. The top row you bucket hit. I think you should be able to clear, but you might need a like zombie because the spike weed does clear, so I might need this. Yep. You might be thinking, oh, why not send screen doors down this lane? Screen doors doesn't protect you from spike weed essentially. So yeah. Anyways, that's this entire iZombie cleared. This layout was pretty straightforward, mainly because there was no single lane with 3 pea shooters. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, for my style of doing like this PvZ puzzles, essentially, I like to rapid fire them so I can like think on the spot, It makes it a bit more difficult in some situations, but it's okay for me. So split P round, and if you're dumb enough to put your digger zombie directly there, you die. So yeah, this lane definitely needs the digger zombie, okay? But the bottom lane doesn't need anything, so let's just use that first. The reason why this lane definitely needs the digger zombie is that by the time you eat through the torchwood, I'm pretty sure your bucket hit would expire since it's double damage piece. And as you can see, there's literally nothing to block that. So what you would do is just digger zombie this one. For this, just use the bucket hit on top. For this, I think 2 basic zombies, because 2 is still cheaper than, 1. The most ideal is if you had cone hit zombies or the pole vaulter zombies. You don't get those yet though. So you need another one here. Then you just deploy that. Okay, once that is done, you can just send the zombie in. And yeah. Oh my god. Okay, that's my bad because I didn't give enough defense for that. So that's actually my bad. As essentially, when your zombie first dies, right, it has 1 extra bullet of damage tanking, so to speak. I didn't time that second basic zombie placement immediately after, so that's kind of why it did not get enough steps to trigger the, the potato mine, which is actually the most important thing about this situation. I'm just getting real thirsty, so yeah, I probably should have taken a break and like went to drink water before I recorded the iZombie section, since I'm just talking continuously. And well, I think it's fine though, because based on like the length of this, it's not nearly as bad, so don't worry. Let's see, eat all the brains to pass the level. So let's see which would be ideal. You kind of don't have a choice, so you have to use the ladder zombie because all of them have this. Ladder zombies have medium health, but on the back lines, they are like essentially, they will survive. So it's not gonna work out well for you. So what you will do is that you ladder zombie, then you probably need to send a bucket hit over. Or actually, let me just try to get away with a basic zombie. I think I can actually. Then for this lane, you need this followed by that. And this, yeah, followed by that. This, and if I get the sun, then I'll be fine. Actually, let me just send a normal zombie to help. So yeah, that's working out perfectly well, right? The ladder zombie is like medium tankiness, basically cone hit tankiness. So yeah, I think I could have gotten away with a lot less. But you know, most of this could be trivialized with just a pole vaulter, which they don't give you. So yeah, whatever. And I think the sad thing about iZombie is that in some of the later levels where you can choose what zombies you want to use, they don't actually give you like access to all the zombies, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this one is sort of straightforward. Basically, balloon zombies on lanes like this, but they don't eat the sunflowers. So essentially, your plan is just this, okay? Okay, then do that. There's no umbrella leaf, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you take it away. And now that you take it away, bucket it down here. And once it eats that, bucket hit down here. And I think just another bucket hit here. You double it up with another zombie so you can essentially double your DPS. So yeah. Essentially bucket here and bucket it here. And you follow it up with a zombie behind. If you have like the screen door, it would actually be perfectly safe. So yeah. Let's see, bucket hit here. And yeah, I'm just gonna double the DPS with that. Yep. Obviously, what I could have done is just, you know, float the balloon zombie over, essentially. But I want to show that it's totally possible to clear even if you do that. Because if you just balloon zombie, you can just do that, by the way. And yes, the bucket hit will eventually make it there, so don't worry about it. But I just want to make it a bit faster, so yeah. As long as the bucket doesn't dent by the time it eats this pea shooter, it's actually perfectly fine. Which, let's just see. Okay, never mind, it probably wouldn't have made it. If it wasn't dented by the time you reach the pea shooter, you'd probably be able to clear the snow pea easily, since the snow pea doesn't really slow you down that much. Me smash. Okay, let's Gargantuar. Now, it's really enticing to use the Gargantuar, but technically you can just do this, okay? Yep. And then you send a zombie down here, which the squash would go for. Send another one down here. And you might be thinking, use a pole vaulting zombie, but you know, it literally like crushes. Technically what I could have done, which rather embarrassingly, I'm admitting it now. I could have just sent one pole vaulting zombie across and it would have triggered both squashes actually. So yeah, that's actually my bad. So the fun thing, just do that. Yeah, eventually you'll clear everything. Let me just pole vault all the way to the end. The extra movement speed cannot be understated essentially. Like, the extra movement speed is life or death over a sea of essentially spike weeds. Oh, I'm getting really bad RNG with this row actually. He's lobbing constant butter. Are you kidding me, dude? Okay, if he does get the plaster on his head, then I'm going to use a pole vaulter zombie because I think the RNG is like, it was messing with me here, man. Yep. Oh my god. And I think the Gargantuars here don't exactly throw the imp, so... Oh my god, dude. Seriously? Okay, now it's over. Let's just do that. Look at that, using a zombie as a weapon, right? It's hilarious. Okay. That's, I think that's the second last one. Like, oh, no, not yet. Zomboogie, yeah, that's that. So, multiple different ways to do this. Again, first, just get a normal zombie to do that. Yeah, so you can eat that, and it will eventually trigger that, okay? So, your plan essentially is to send the dancing zombie down here. That's actually the best idea, in fact. Then I'll send another one. Stagger the timing a bit so it doesn't actually trigger the same potato mine. Then, yeah, just get that to eat that. Then, yeah, then send just another zombie down that lane, essentially. Because once that is done, I'm going to summon the dancing zombie, essentially. Yeah, I'll summon the dancing zombie down here. Yep. Boom. Sets this off. Eats that zombie. And after a while, he does his dance and then he summons more, which this chomper will eat. Yep. And while you're eating that, yeah, everything is actually gonna go fine like that. Then it clears all these lanes, essentially. And exploit the mechanic where if one of the zombies, mainly the lead dancer, is like eating, then it will not actually advance the entire dancing zombie lane. So yeah. Yeah, do that. Okay. I could definitely just send another dancing zombie down here and be done with it, but like, actually, let me just do that. What am I doing? Because now I can summon here. And yeah, essentially, I don't have to constantly wait and send like basic zombies down that lane. Yep. I honestly missed the original dancing zombie, you know, the Michael Jackson one. Any OG PvZ players can let me know. Do you remember the Michael Jackson zombie? Especially when he was dancing to Thriller and everything. So yeah. Okay, come on, eat the last brain. Yep. I think there's 2 more than the Endless. The last one is not that difficult also, actually. 3-hit wonder. Okay, look at that. So you have 3 different, essentially metal units. Like metal-based, like items can be magnetized, essentially. So what you do is you actually send the... Oh, you don't have the thing. That's unfortunate. So cone hit. Yep. Okay, now that that's done, probably cone hit here. Because the imp does not survive, dude. It doesn't. Yep. Another cone hit. I probably should have sent it a bit earlier, but that's okay. Okay. If that cone breaks, I'm getting 1. Actually, no, it's perfectly fine. Because 10 hits can't kill that. Then let's get an imp. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yep. Ah, crap, actually. Mistimed the imp, actually. That's unfortunate. Whatever. Digger zombie on top lane. No digger zombies on these 2, actually. So what you do is ladder here, actually. Yep, boom. Okay, this one needs another ladder zombie, by the way. And this one can just get away with a cone hit, to be honest. Now, you might be thinking, why not send the imp ahead of time, right? The imp only can take 3 shots from the pea shooter if you counter just now, so yeah, it's not gonna survive for very much longer. Okay, let's see. Send a cone hit in advance. The cone hit can start already, actually. Yep, so again, pretty easy clear. Missed time with the imp, but everything else was pretty straightforward. You could get the ladder zombie to go over since it does have the movement speed so long as the ladder is still intact, you know? And the ladder serves as essentially like a screen door anyways. But unlike a screen door zombie, he has the movement speed and his, you know, he has medium toughness, but to make up for that, ladder is actually slightly worse than the screen door. Which is, I think, why you don't actually get a screen door zombie to use in like the endless form. I remember you don't get Gargantua in the endless one because it's too easy if you can, honestly. Let's see. Not a lot of choices here. This is actually a pretty rough layout, to be honest. So, there is a magnet shroom there. So, let me think. Okay, my plan is just this for now. I need more sun anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I need the sun. Then, Okay, that didn't work out at all anyways. So cone hit here should be fine. This guy should get scared soon. Once he eats this magnet shroom, I should be fine. Oh, come on. Please eat at least the magnet shroom. Yep, eat that. Actually, I think I mistimed it, to be honest. Yep. Yep. Ah, that's perfectly fine. The magnet shroom's gone at least. Split B here, no split B here actually. So, let me think. Don't really have a lot of options actually. I guess imp. Then second imp. One. Yes, okay. Now, let me think. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of options to be honest. So I think what I can do is this. That will eat its way to that sunflower, give me the sun I need. Then the only way is I double up ladder zombie here. That's the only way to clear this one actually. Yep. And no digger zombie here because as you know, starfruit can shoot backwards. I'll be thinking, why not digger zombie up here, right? Ah, you see, sometimes, and if I am lucky enough to show this to you, I will. Sometimes the chomper can still eat your digger zombie even though it's not facing there. So you could be very, very unlucky. So yeah, hopefully this gives me enough sun for my next move. Okay, not enough in a technical sense. So let me think. And I need to think actually a pretty fair bit. A cone hit can go here. That's perfectly fine. In theory, the cone hit should give me enough from this so I can summon 2 ladder zombies. The 2 ladder zombies must be summoned simultaneously, by the way. Okay, so this and that. Yeah. Because the first ladder zombie here will act as a shield for the second one. Yep. Once this repeater's down, I can put the imp up here. So yeah. Yep. Go. Okay, good. Handily done. That shields for the imp, which is also perfect. Okay. So let's see if I'm unlucky, right? Let's see. This lane, it's straightforward that I'm gonna use a bucket hit. So yeah. Let's see, right? Let's see, am I unlucky? That is what I mean, by the way. That is a thing, and normally that's not actually allowed to happen. So yeah. I think it's just the RNG of where to do this place sometimes. Yep, okay, that's done. And then once this is eventually... Actually, once this is killed, I can just get a pole vaulter zombie to do that. It's pretty fast. It's much faster, in fact, once that is killed at least. Okay. Go on. The only problem is digger zombies are really slow. These dudes walk so slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Okay. That's basically it. Yeah, but all your brains belong to us, basically. As you can see, with how the digger zombie ate those 2 chompers, that's actually how it's supposed to work. Not the digger zombie goes there and then gets eaten by the chomper, because that kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because for that zombie specifically, there's only 3 main counters to it: the split pea, starfruit, and the magnet shroom. Nothing else. Okay, zombie endless. Oh wait, no. Get to a streak of 10. Yeah, okay, I was like, supposed to say like 20. That doesn't seem right. Okay, this one is actually not too bad, to be honest. So I can send a cone hit here and an imp here. The imp survives this, by the way. You're gonna see the brilliance of the imp, but at the same time, I would rather the normal zombie, by the way. So that gets done. Dealt with. Pole vaulter goes on top of this. Yep. As long as I don't get buttered, right, I'm perfectly fine. Oh god. I just had to say that, right? Go. I don't believe he can make it actually. Yep. Okay, so for this one, you just send a cone hit. Oh, wrong lane. Whoops. Okay, that was a actual misinput, by the way. Okay, you know what? Let me just restart this. Yes, you can count that. And frankly, that was a good setup that I messed up, by the way. Then I can't even do the next wave. Oh god. Anyways, I think that's actually gonna do it for me. So what I'm gonna do now is actually make a very rough cut before I transition to the next section. Well, it's not gonna be as rough because I'm probably gonna use a cross dissolve or something to go to the next section. So yeah, I'm sorry about this, and let the next section me introduce you and start. Hey there, it's Arsenine and welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue what is essentially our failed iZombie endless streak, and I'll continue doing this until I've actually reached at least 10. And without delaying any further, let's just jump right into it. Again, I'm not gonna count that last one because I literally just exited out. Okay, let's see. That. And this. Perfectly fine. Yep. Then let that slowly clear, and we should be at least done with this entire lane. Let's see. It's a snow pea there. It's a magnetrum over there. So, oof, yeah, that's perfectly fine actually. Let me think. Need one here. That should be able to clear. Then, split pea over there, so no digger zombie. And because that magnetrum is in the center, it covers all of them. I can't do anything like that. I do think I can do this though. Okay, that's one lane done. And send another one. Essentially, my plan is that I'm gonna let it eat through and then just send the imp at the end. So yeah, top and middle columns are gonna be the biggest problem. But I think the middle column is gonna be a problem since I can probably send a bucket hit down the top lane anyways. I need to think of how to deal with that one. Okay, so imp is gonna roll in slowly. I think a pole vaulter first. Okay, the thing is I can send a ladder zombie, but it'll be slowed down, so I'll just send a second pole vaulter. Okay, now that that's done, imp, the tank, and then this. And I think that should clear in the end. Alright. 1000 Sun, that's good actually. Okay, one of them is like lost the limb, but I think that's fine. Okay, both of them have lost their limbs, but yeah, this will definitely be cleared anyways. For those who probably won't actually see the entire series or something, this is a continuation of the previous series, essentially like the puzzle series that I was doing. Problem was, I did try to get to, you know, like a 10 streak or whatever, but I failed at like the 6 and 7 streak because then again, I didn't have enough leftover sun. So that was the unfortunate situation that presented itself, and hence I could not continue. But I think I'm off to a cracking start now, so hopefully it works out well. Let's see. Okay. This is the kind of situation where a dancing zombie would be ideal. So let me think, which lane should I use? Essentially, this lane is good for the dancing zombie since it covers like all that. But doing it on the bottom lane is the most practical if you think about it. So let me think. If I do the dancing zombie there, it only gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus if I do it here and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's the same. What am I even trying to think of? So instead of letting the dancing zombie die, you send the imp first to trigger that. And then, yep, send him in. Okay, go. Now, it might miss the first, like, sunflower, but you don't really have much of a choice. You probably just have to send another one in anyways to clear that. It's better than nothing, to be honest. So, the top lane sends an imp. Then, my strat is that I'm going to probably send a cone hit so it can survive because the imp doesn't tank well. And then I'll just need like 2 after that. Yep. Okay, that's good, that's good. Yep. Okay. Okay, now I send the imp. Now send this here to get the extra sun, which I need. Okay, send the imp again. Okay, those lanes should be cleared pretty handily. And now I need to worry about this lane. Essentially, a cone hit should be able to clear those 2. Then I need to send essentially 2 more imps. Actually, do I need to send 2 more imps? I want to get a sunflower, so I have to send 2 imps. If I send a pole vaulter, it will only vault over that to a certain death, so no. So I'll send 2 imps. That's perfectly fine. Gotta stagger the sending because if you send both, it's just gonna lump on the, you know, potato mine, and then you just waste your time. If you've seen the Facebreaker series for the Facebreaker like 15 streak, again, I did it in one sitting with all the other Facebreaker challenges, so check it out, which is the previous one in the series. And essentially for that kind of situation, you saw that I did exploit the idea of using the potato mine constantly for like this kind of situations. Very practical. This is not good, actually. This arrangement sucks. So I think cone hit and yeah, I'm getting that lane down first because there's too much leftover firepower. If I put anything here, it's going to die very fast. You can see, right? It might not even make it, by the way. Yeah, look at that. That's actually bad RNG. Let's see. Here will be covered by everything. Here will be covered by top and bottom. So here, send 2. It's a lot of leftover, like, you know, firepower. I think a bucket hit would be practical, but at the same time, you just need to clear this faster with like more stuff, essentially. Okay, good, good, good. Let's see. This definitely needs a bucket hit. And actually, no, a ladder zombie is better here. It's faster, it should be able to clear. But bucket's cheaper, so bucket hit. Okay, once that is cleared, I will send the cone hit to that lane. There's too much overlapping damage with all the star fruit, so you can see the problem with that. Pole vaulters useless because they can attack backwards, as you can see the star pattern. Okay, let's see. This lane, let me think. There's leftover spill damage from that. So basically, it's covered well, you know. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Okay. So I think cone hit here and here should be fine. This one first because this can cover that lane, so no. Do you remember that there are 2 spike weeds here? But the lane that's not really covered is the top lane. I'm not sending an imp because it dies from that, so send that. It should hit that, but I wouldn't die to that. It's fine. As long as the arm doesn't fall off, it should be fine. Oh god, actually no. That's not a problem. That's a problem. Oh, okay. That's perfectly fine. And I should be able to clear that. Nicely done. Okay. So this lane, I will send a cone hit again because 2 spike weeds. So long as there are spike weeds, right, you can never send an imp as long as there's 2. They will not survive that. Then I think for the top lane, I will just send a bucket hit and then be done with it after that is down. Because I could send a cone hit, but because of this and the 2 and standing in the damage, essentially, no, that's not an option. Okay, go. Now it should be cleared for this one. I think I should still have 1,500 sun, maybe. I'm not making the mistake like last time whereby I left, like, you know, leftover sun essentially, and then caused myself essentially to lose earlier. Again, you could argue that the cone head could have survived that, but that then would have meant that the cone head was about to be destroyed, so I didn't want to take that risk. Again, this time I'm thinking ahead instead of, like, you know, just thinking like, oh, you know, should I just send a cone head and risk it dying? There are situations where I have sent that and remember the kernel pot and all that. Oh, that's pretty lucky. The kernel pot and all of that just causes me problems like this, you see? Let's see. 3 Peter covers this lane. That top lane is useless actually because of the snow pea. So let me think. It can cover that range, so I need a cone hit for this one. No choice. Yep, nice. Okay, keep going. Nice. If I can kill that kernel pot, everything is fine. I don't care about the mushroom because this guy has served his use. His main use was to kill that, you know, that... Okay, never mind, he can't kill the kernel pot. He's dead. Yep, okay. So... let me think, what else could be useful here? I need to get rid of that so it doesn't cover the bottom lane. So I think... no, that covers that lane too. So let me think. Two things that can kill with that. So I definitely need a bucket hit. So top lane bucket hit. And then once it gets to essentially the star fruit, I think I can use like ladder zombie to clear that one. The star fruit will cause problems for that, so I think I can use the pole vaulting zombie. That'll probably be good. Let me think of this lane. So this lane, essentially I could use 2 imps, but that would be pointless, so I'm not gonna do that. No, that's actually more damage than I thought, to be honest. Just if it doesn't break by the time it reaches star fruit, it's fine. Okay, good. It will reach the star fruit. Okay, go. Be fine. Okay, let's see. Here. Just send a cone hit. Oh, what the heck? Okay, that's not good actually. Yeah, that won't reach. Okay, so send the imp here. That'll blow up. Then, yep. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, like split pea, right? But that's perfectly fine. My job is just to eat, not necessarily eat the whole row. Yep, blow up. Okay, now go in. So, let me think. Pole vaulter should be able to clear that actually. See that? Only if the walnut wasn't in the way. Okay, I think pole vaulter can clear this one as well. As long as it doesn't butter me by the time I vault. Yep, okay, fine. It's cleared. Again, about 1,500 sun because this would give me, I think, 200. Hurry up. Okay, down. Okay. That was kind of the problem there with the torchwood and the snow pea. It's less the problem on, you know, mechanical skill. It's just the problem with, like, the layouts. It's randomly generated after all. Nice. Alright, he'll eventually very slowly eat that brain, and I think I'm doing really well this time because I have a lot of like sun in the bank and I actually don't have to worry too much about the mechanical skills of this situation. Ooh, this layout looks a bit rough. Let me know in the comments if you think my strategy has improved any. This lane has the most potato mines, so it has the most like I have to sacrifice essentially. So the plan is a single imp to trigger that. Yep, then go. This will at least cover all of those potato mines. Look at that. Yep. That's perfectly fine. Yep. Again, you can see the problem with these. After that, summon, please. Summon. Yep, good.
Okay, to eventually clear that, by now I have to think of the bottom columns and how to deal with them properly.
Okay, I've got an idea. The pole vaulting zombie can trigger that. Yes. Okay, now I think a cone hit might be able to make it, actually. I could be wrong. It's either a cone hit or a bucket hit. If I need to double up on cone hits, that's perfectly fine as well. It's because the eating, which is I'm not really confident about that one. If the cone breaks here, it's fine on this tile, essentially. Let me think of this lane now. Imp will die. So I need a cone hit. Actually, if I get a cone hit, it's just going to... What's the problem with that? It would just be eaten anyways. So... Let me think. Okay, let me think hard about this one. Let's see. The imp won't make it, by the way. So this cone hit. Okay. Go. And once that is eaten, send another pole vaulting zombie. Actually, no, I'll just send this. Because if I send the pole vaulting zombie, it will slow down quite a fair bit. It's just gonna take unnecessary damage, so I'm just gonna send a cone hit. It will definitely survive. As long as the cone breaks while it's over here, it will probably survive. Okay, that's not ideal. 2, 3, 4. I'm gone. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Just missed. Okay, 1,450. That's actually not too bad. Good. 5 streak. Halfway there. Okay. Okay. Bottom lane magnet shroom will cover, so that's a problem. I need to get rid of that. So the only way to get rid of that is, again, 2 cone hits. You'll see why in a second. Okay. Chomp. Send that in.
Once that is done, pole vaulter can go in and clear the entire column, so yeah.
Okay, go. Shit, that's actually the wrong lane. This one. Okay, not the worst. It didn't clear that. That's not good. That's actually what I wanted to clear. Okay, so pole vaulter also goes here. Eat that because I actually missed that, by the way. Okay, that on bottom. I forgot about that. Right. Okay, let's see. Why am I brain farting at this moment, dude? God. Mind you, these are all perfectly my fault, right? Okay, let's see. Top lane definitely needs a bucket hit. It's not surviving without that. So, bucket hit. Yep. As you can see, I'm not really a fan of the Digger Zombie. Mainly because like there are so many opportunities for the Digger Zombie to not exactly be viable. Okay, I have a plan. It's a good one. Go. Okay, that didn't work. So, pole vaulter actually. That's a waste of 50 sun. Essentially, I wanted to time the P to only hit the bucket hit so that I could straight away just, you know, have the bucket roll in and clear everything. Like, so the imp can roll in and essentially be sacrificed for that and clear everything. Not the most ideal you've seen, but I'm definitely at more sun than I would otherwise normally be at. Yeah, another diamond. That's great. 70k in the bank. Okay, this is where it gets annoying. Let's see. Okay, this lane definitely can use an imp at the start. That's fine. Yeah, hand. Okay. I sent an imp and a cone hit. That's okay. Let me think. A lot of chompers. So if I send, and I cannot send a dancer zombie here because that would just ruin me. Let me think. Okay. This is gonna be RNG, by the way. Okay. Actually, the RNG didn't work there. So yeah. Cone hit. That should be enough to just trigger that. Okay, so that was about 175. That's fine. Let me think. The piercing damage makes it useless for the dancing zombie. Okay, go. Let me think. One imp can trigger that. The next one needs to be triggered by a cone hit. I have no choice about that one. But because there's 2 more instants, again, because of the fume shroom layout, right? There is no reason you should use a dancing zombie. No reason at all. Okay. Okay, good. Let's see. I'll get a cone hit, and then I either get another cone hit or pole vaulter. That's the only way to do that. This lane needs to be cleared by a bucket hit. No choice about that one. This lane can be cleared by a pole vaulter. It's okay. I'll get this. I think these work out okay. And as you can see, right, the sun rapidly drains already. So you can see the problems of this essentially. That's not good. If that hits the cone off, the bucket off here, okay, that's a problem. Okay, I have to go. That won't make it, by the way. It will die like right here. As you can see, 600 sun at like a streak of 6. So it's horrible, dude. The luck that can be or cannot be essentially. But this is my best streak so far anyways. Loads of magnet shrooms.
But you want to see something? This entire column's undefended, so I can just send an imp and it'll clear everything. And that's great, actually. So I get 50 sun for basically an entire, I think, 400 sun worth. That lane can be dealt with a pole vaulter entirely. Yeah, it can definitely be dealt with it. That's great.
But essentially, all your bucket hits and everything have no use here whatsoever. Even your footballer will essentially get destroyed. And you might be thinking, oh, why not just send a dancing zombie? Again, the overlapping splash from fume shrooms do counter, you know, dancing zombies, so that's not an option either.
Top lane 100% needs a bucket hit, otherwise everything will die. Bucket hit or basically footballer zombie, but bucket cheaper, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Bungee bucket is 250. Nothing else can clear that standard. Like, unless I send like what, 2 cone hits, maybe. 2 cone hits is 150, so let me think. Yeah, 2 cone hits should work essentially. Yeah, so 2 cone hits. Then once that is Ethan, I can send a bucket hit on top lane, which is necessary, by the way. I'll pole vault over here to eat that. Then I will send a... Let me think. What could work down here? I definitely need a footballer zombie down there. I don't really have much of a choice. The once that is gone, I can send 2 footballers. I think the footballer is essential. Again, Fume Shroom splash damage kills the ladder zombie and dancing zombie, so that's not an option. Okay, go. That should make it. Frankly, I would trade money for sun. But yeah. Fortunately, no instance here, and I think I'll be at 700. 725, so yeah. It's getting real down to the wire, essentially. If the next run has no sunflowers, I know I'm stopping at 8 already. I have no choice about that one. And I'll probably take a short break before I actually go on to, like, another streak. Because I need to walk around rather than just standing still, or sitting still, rather. Okay, 4 sunflowers and a magnet shroom. 2 split peas here. Split pea here. Pole vaulter will get killed by that lane, actually. So, no pole vault on that lane. Repeater covers this as well. Dancing zombie could be useful here, but the problem is the snow pea that kind of disrupts everything. The top lane is the most guarded though. So, I do believe a footballer can clear the bottom lane, and the magnet shroom should not be able to reach it. Yep. Okay, so that's settled. Let me think. Dancing zombie, this lane should be ideal. But of course, there's that and that. Those cause more problems than anything. Okay. Almost died, by the way. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a pole vaulter ahead to defend against dancing zombies. So I need to do this, followed by that. Yep. Okay, I think that's good. Yep, good, good, good. That will essentially shield for that. Raise. 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 Why do you not raise that one, by the way? Thank God. Okay, it raised everything. That's the most important thing. Once it raises that, that's fine. And don't be slowed down now. Okay. Oh, that's a problem. Ah, God. That's a problem. Big problem, actually. So I'm out 2 lanes now. Ah, God. Okay. Again, RNG was kind of cheesing me there a little bit. I don't think pole vaulters survive that, actually. I 100% need bucket hits, and if I were to send a bucket hit, the top column needs to die now, so I need to get rid of that with a pole vaulter right now. Yeah. That dies, and then I send a footballer in. I have to get another one, actually. No choice. Okay, footballer, go. Die. As long as it makes to the split, to the snow pea, I'm fine. Before it really gets damaged. Okay. What can I do to get away with that, actually? Okay, I have to bucket hit those 2 rows. Actually, ladder zombie should work, but it's 25 more, so I'm not gonna do that. So bucket hit go. I don't really have an option anyways. 400 sun, again, down to the wire right now. Because I got cheesed by RNG. Essentially, that row should have been cleared, by the way, but no. So I had to waste about 250 more. If I had 250 more, I should be able to clear to like streak 10 essentially. Because I think the achievement is getting to 10 rather than getting all the way up to, you know, 10. As long as the dent is somewhere here, that's fine. The major dent at least, come on. Yeah, okay. Should still survive. Give up. Just give up, dude. I have 400 sun. As a general rule of thumb, you should have essentially as much sun to buy at least one thing if you think you can try the next level. If you don't have enough sun to buy at least one of anything there, then you have no chance to clear the level. Okay. Problems. Very, very big problems, actually. But there's actually a use to this. They're gonna see what I mean. So all of these need that. Might be thinking, oh, split P, but that's fine. I should get back about, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 800 sun. I just need like 50, 50, 50 here. Now the bottom 2 lanes are the ones that are gonna cause me the most problems. That's like 4 P's worth of damage. That is 6 P's worth of damage. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 P's worth of damage. So nothing survives these 2 lanes except for, I think, a football zombie. The football zombie is more likely to survive this lane than that lane, by the way. That lane has so many slows. So I need to think carefully about how I do this. Okay, but let me just focus on clearing these lanes first, because that's a clear lane. Let's see. Digger zombies won't work for these 2 lanes because of the split piece, by the way. So that's why I didn't try those. Okay, now we really need to think. There is one thing I can do though. I could get a football zombie to tank for the dancing zombie. But that means I don't have a lot for the next run. So that's why I need to think carefully whether I just send football zombies or just a football and dancing zombie down this lane, because that will keep spawning one to essentially eat the last brain. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Ladder zombies won't work because the sheer damage would destroy the ladder too quickly. 2 footballs is 175. 175 won't clear this lane. Would tank for this lane because this lane has actually 5 P's worth of damage. So I'm going to do the football followed by dancer actually. Yep. Go footballer. Tank for the dancer. Yep. Yep, that's good. Good. I think this works. Although, now that I see the amount of sun I have left, if there's no sun on the next one, I am dead. But if I need to make it to 10, then I'm fine, actually. Yep, go footballer, go. Please work. And if you clearly see what I've been doing, it's not like I had any practice to do any of this, by the way. Because I only left at the last streak, and I'm just continuously doing this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it cannot eat to completion essentially, but luckily they slow down as they raise more. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, doesn't even finish actually. But that's fine. Once it raises here, yep, it's over because the split B won't kill that in time. Yep, streak 10. So am I done? Oh, okay, I'm done. Thank God. So as you can see, I'm actually not gonna survive this one. As you can see, there's only 2 sunflowers. There's no way I clear this in any reasonable pace. So let's just do that. It's gonna buttermeat first try, which it did, and now that guy's dead, and this guy's also dead. So yeah, there's not much choice there. Okay, raise, yeah. So not much choice, you know, by the way. So essentially, you see, I'm kind of cooked there, so I might as well just end this. Yep, it's over. Not gonna try again, actually. 10, 15, and by the way, this still can be continued, right? So I'm not really gonna continue that one. My plants need some water. But anyways, yeah, that's actually gonna do it for me for this one. I know significantly shorter than the others, but the only reason I did that is because I failed the previous like ability to do the what you call that? Failed the ability to do the iZombie Endless on the entire thing. And it was late and I just, you know, just wanted to go to sleep. I did give it like my genuine try. And the most important thing that I think if you saw is that I never tried to intentionally restart. I tried to give the run like an actual try, with the exception of the very first try of the iZombie, because I actually misclicked. And frankly, if I didn't misclick, I think I could have cleared that, because that had like one of, I think, the best what you call that, it had one of the best like layouts essentially. So these are all the achievements I have left, as you can see. So I have to get the golden sunflower trophy. The only way to get that is, actually it says here, right, collect all minigame puzzles and blah blah blah. So basically you need to finish all of that, which I did, finish all of that, which I did. The next time we're gonna go survival. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.